Good afternoon, folks. A little snippet here from Yacht Controller. We're on board this 2021 Azimut Magellano 65-foot Flybridge motor yacht, and I'm here with Captain Glenn, who is a 100-ton master captain. Captain Glenn's been running boats for over 25 years. He's had the experience of using not just Yacht Controller, but two of the competing brands. So I just wanted to get his, professional experience on the use of the Yacht Controller in comparison to some of the competing brands in the market today.
Good afternoon. Captain Glenn here on Legacy 2. As Tony said, I'm a 100-ton master. I've been running boats a little over 20 years as a professional captain. I met the folks at Yacht Controller, and once they installed it, it really made life easier, because I've been running boats all along as a single crew. I have a mate when I travel, but when the owner's on board, I like to do everything myself. And with the Yacht Controller, it just made it easy. I'd be sitting on the boat coming into an inlet or into a docking area. I'd be standing on the boat, and I would have it around my neck, and they would say, "Oh, are you driving that boat with your phone?" And I go, "I am. Please don't call me." And they would laugh, but it really, I've never once, I've been using them. It's been about 5 or 6 years. Started out with the Yacht Controller. I went to another boat that had another brand, was similar, had some issues, and then on this boat, the owner opted for a remote controller with a joystick. I've never been a joystick captain, but he paid extra for it. I had the guy from that company come out, and I said, "Look, I want to switch over to the regular one." And then the boss told me that he had paid an extra amount of money for it, and the guy said, "Well, you just get used to it," kind of deal. So I did. I met Tony at the boat show, and I said, "Look," I'd love to have a Yacht Controller. And he said, "Well, you've had the other two brands, now we'd like to have you back in the fold." So we made the decision, my boss and I, to pull out the current brand and put in the Yacht Controller, because there's a lot of features. We just did a sea trial, and it turns out that this Magellano is a modified trawler which has a keel. So when you spin the boat, you really got to juice it to get it to come around. It doesn't slide. It's got great big propellers, but I had to have them set it the RPMs way up to be able to control the boat. On our sea trial here, the difference, it was incredible. We did the other brand, and when you put it in gear, it grumbles and it just kicks right in at about 900 RPM. Where on the Yacht Controller, I was able to bring it up. It ramped up gradually and smoothly, and it was wonderful. And with this dual band and a speed setting, I was able to have a little bit more RPM, because the boat with the keel, really, it makes more sense to have it. The service, I said I've referred a couple other folks to Yacht Controller, because when you talk in the industry, you say, "Oh, you got a Yacht Controller," and that has become synonymous with a wireless remote. I've just been real happy. I'm tickled pink to be able to come back to the Yacht Controller, because I just think it's the best of the three, and I've used all three. And just with the sea trial that we just did, I don't need to break in. I know what it does. I used it for a couple of years on the last boat. It was a 60, this being the 66. And I do run majority of the time as a single crew, even though the owners or I have different people on the boat. It's just a whole lot easier. It gives me more control, and I have never once had an issue. People are concerned about it coming unpaired or whatever. Never had the issue, and I've used it a lot. In the 5 years or so, I think I just did my license renewal, and I did something like 580 days, and every time I dock, I've got a wireless remote, and I'm just looking forward to the next 580 days with the Yacht Controller.
Well, Glenn, thank you so much. We really appreciate the loyalty. And I think that, I too got a chance to really, try both the incremental speed control on the dual band versus the competition's speed setting, permanent setting at the 900 RPMs, where we were able to emulate the approximately 950 RPMs, but at a gradual increase, was, I mean, just so much smoother. I mean, you can clearly feel the difference on the boat itself.
Absolutely. You know, that it kind of surprised me that it would, but I've noticed that, you know, you run a boat and you feel things and you go, oh, you know, I've had people that have been running the boat when you know, if I have a crew, and you know, when you put that thing in gear, I mean, it jams it in gear, and this is just so much smoother. I know my neighbors will be happy when I leave for the Bahamas at 4:30 in the morning. They were, you know, had something to say when we left the last 2 times. You know, can you please do it a little more quietly? So I can do that now.
Well, Glenn, thank you again. And folks out there in the boating world, just so you know, we do offer our wireless joystick with true proportional control as an option as well. Glenn just, you know, prefers the traditional dual band remote, which many captains and repeat customers do. But for those looking for a wireless joystick, we do offer that proportional speed control as well of your engines and thrusters. So we're going to sign out here. And Glenn, again, thank you so much for the repeat business, and we appreciate your support.
Thank you very much.